You're watching SuckProfessor. Hello, everybody. It's me, Hank. I'm joined by
James.
Game of Thrones, Season 6, Episode 5, The Door. Oh, James.
Yeah, there's no question
James,
as to what this one means.
James. Yeah, it's pretty clear what the word, why they named it The Door. Quick note, thanks for being patient with us, guys. We were too busy to do some shit, so finally here it is. Tuesday night, we're recording this. Hopefully it'll be up Wednesday morning. Life gets in the way sometimes.
We finally finished our Lego house, though. So
yes, the Lego house is fully assembled. No more rain on our face. And by the way, James, I just had a burrito, so if I have any cilantro or aluminum foil in my beard, it's not my problem, okay? Let's do this. Oh, my God. Oh, by the way, spoilers. Spoilers. Do what you want with that information. All right, so we start out. Sansa Stark. Well, first of all, we don't know who it is, but it turns out to be Sansa. She's playing with a chopstick. What are little chopsticks called?
Needles.
Oh, toothpicks.
Toothpicks. Yeah.
She's there doing her thing, which is actually a callback to her and Arya doing little lady stuff with needles and threads. Mm-hmm. Then someone shows up, gives her a thing. It's a symbol. I didn't identify that right away. But
yeah, I knew that had to be Littlefinger because he has is it a mockingbird? I keep thinking mockingjay, but that's a different thing. That's Hunger Games. Yeah. This is not Hunger Games, even though,
Yeah, this is close.
Yeah,
this is the murder game.
And you have Maze Runner with the same guy, Littlefinger, and that screws with my head. But...
Yeah, and then there's The Wire, and boy, everybody. So it's a bird on a stick, or possibly a power line if he's from the future. So anyway,
and real quick though, seals are supposed to be broken. That's the whole point in putting a seal on something. But she just slides it out, which defeats the whole purpose. Drives me crazy.
What do you mean she slides it out? Oh, because it's wrapped around on the little
it's
string?
like that's not why people do seals.
Oh, look at you, James. I see what you're saying. Yeah,
they wanted to be able to reuse the prop, I guess, in case they did multiple takes.
I can go down to the harbor and do a seal.
Yep.
Wink. Mm-hmm. All right, let's keep moving. She reads it. Guess what? It's Littlefinger.
Yep. Who has a lot of nerve to show up.
Yeah, what a son of a bitch. So he's wearing his little thing. She comes in. I fucking cheer. By the way, I watched this at like 1:30 on a Sunday night. But I was so glad to see Sansa showing some confidence here. So they have this exchange. And he comes looking for... She escaped Winterfell, which fucked up his plans.
Right.
So this is damage control for him. Mm-hmm. We did a whole video talking about what Littlefinger's up to. So check that out, guys. It's in the description. But she kind of screwed it all up because once she was out of his control, now he can no longer use her to his benefit.
Right. The palm fell off the board. Now he's trying to get it back.
Ooh, good one. Good one. You ever step on a chess piece with a bare foot?
Yeah.
I have too.
It's not fun.
So say we all. Yeah. All right, so Sansa's looking awesome.
Can you go back to that one last one? The look on Brienne's face. Amazing. Because remember the last time that they saw each other, Brienne and Littlefinger was in that tavern where it was a complete reversal. Littlefinger was sitting down with Sansa, and Brienne was trying to get in there and protect her. Wow. And now Littlefinger's trying to grab her back, and now she's being protected by Brienne. He has no backup, and she's getting him a look like, I am going to murder you as soon as she gives me the word.
Yeah, she's like a dog who just wants to go. Yeah. She's ready to pounce, which I love.
Yeah.
And I have actually some thoughts about that. That role reverse is a great point. I didn't think that through. That's awesome. So they go in back and forth, and Sansa's just like, no, fuck you, you motherfucker.
Yeah, you're not going to...
You got some bad shit happen to me from moment one, and you knew that it was going to happen, and he did everything he could at me, except he made it so I could still get pregnant, meaning he didn't...
Yeah, she was holding his feet to the fire the whole time.
Yeah, and I hate when women say, a lady's not supposed to say it. It's like, no, say it. It's fucking more powerful if you say it. Don't give in to your cultural training. I know, but I'm totally on board on her team here. And he's not sure how to handle it, you know?
He's used to be able to smirk and talk his way out of things and to slither on through the cracks, but she's not letting him go. She makes him answer the questions. She makes him focus.
Makes him a little...
He's not comfortable. He's not
uncomfortable,
he's always in the position of power. He's the manipulator. He's not the one taking the orders.
Also, he's alone.
Yeah.
For some dumb reason, he doesn't have a knight next to him.
I know. It seems like he was too cocky.
It's like a rapper without an entourage.
Yeah, he was. Didn't he say something like, "Are you going to make me beg for my life?" He knew that he was in a bad position.
Yeah, but it really did my heart some good to see Sansa being strong again. But here's the thing about that. So she finally has support. This is a lesson about life. You need to have love and support. You got to have your people. Got to have your back, man. Like James, I would be your Brienne. Forever. You want to go fight a guy? I'll kill a bitch.
I do have this
bear
I will cut a
bitch
to
for
take
you.
care of in the backyard.
A what?
A bear.
Oh, totally.
Okay.
Yeah, totally. I have a bear trap. I'll just put a bear trap in each hand and go at it. So Brienne is grabbing her sword. There's this moment. Well, to finish my point. So Sansa has Jon Snow, super powerful guy. She knows she's got some strength and some support there, and she's got this, as we've already established, this ferocious maniac, Brienne, ready to go.
What's her biggest strength, though?
Brienne's arms.
Well, okay. Well, what's her?
Oh, Brienne's triceps.
Well, okay, that too. But
Brienne's glutes. I bet she's good.
Okay, you got it.
Okay.
Yeah. No, her biggest strength is her name, Stark. She can command a lot of respect and power with that.
Very good. I'm going to go down to the DMV and change my name to Sansa. Let's do it. Keep going. They go back and forth a while. We're going to... all right. So really what ends up with this scene is that Littlefinger offers the Vale Knights, and Sansa rejects him for that. Or she already knew that he'd offered them or something. But she's like, we don't need your help. Yeah, we can do this without you.
She knows what a manipulator he is.
Yeah.
She wants no part of him anymore.
She doesn't want to, because then she has to owe him, and then it's him manipulating her.
She even says, I don't need you, I think.
She's wisely keeping her distance. But he whips out this whole blackfish thing. He offers the Tully. Are we wrong? We're not positive, but I'm pretty sure the blackfish is the nickname of the head of the Tully household, which is the Catelyn's family.
I got that impression as well.
The river, they're the lords of River Run.
And didn't he say something like, no one has seen the blackfish for a while?
No one has seen the blackfish for a while. I'm not very good at an English accent because I'm actually an American actor from The Wire.
It's not so bad.
Yeah, it's horrible. That's my Sansa. That's my... Okay,
that's your Sansa.
Yeah, my Sansa is, hello, I'm Sansa. All right, so next scene. What's going on? We've got Teen Girl Fight. My new favorite show on Nickelodeon. These chicks are beating each other up, although they're a good match now.
You ever heard, there's a great website, Chicks with Sticks?
Chicks with Sticks, yep. I have seen that one video. 2 girls, 1 stick.
Yeah.
Boy, more sounds like something straight out of my dreams. So they're not beating each other; they're fighting. I mean, they're both really good.
Well, to be fair, they can both see this time.
Yeah, they both have eyes.
That's a little bit.
Yeah,
more fair.
Arya's a little bit better of a fighter when she can see.
Yeah,
weird, but she still actually gets knocked down, and then the girl's like, "You're not ready." You're not ready here, you little bitch, Arya. And Arya's like, man, I got cuts on my face now because I've had a hard life.
And she pulls that really cool move where she's on her back and then she jumps
right here.
up.
It happened really quickly. I want to see if I got it. Yes!
Yeah, I mean, can you tell right there? Is that even her?
That's the real actress.
She can do that?
And you know who taught her to do that? The guy who plays Hodor.
Oh, of course. Yeah. That's how he gets up every morning.
The guy who plays 1-1 also taught Hodor. Yeah. So, yeah.
I would kill to be able to do that.
Yeah, look at
I have trouble just getting out of bed in the morning, let alone that.
Yeah. I've hurt myself sleeping.
Yeah.
So she's up and it's like, whoa, fuck. And then this chick, Arya's persistent, and she goes, I've got schoolgirl confidence. I'm gonna fuck you anyway without my stick. And then she just does this whole moving around thing like she's Muhammad fucking Ali.
Yeah, she completely one-ups her where she does the microphone drop but with the stick. She's like, I don't even need this.
Yeah, that's right. She holds it out. And by the way, the sound effects in this scene, like, you ever played around with some sticks?
Yeah.
These things sounded like thick, heavy sticks.
That's what I'm usually doing when I'm in my room alone.
Playing with big old sticks?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I built log cabins.
Wow, that explains the constant moaning and giggling.
Yeah, wow.
So Arya's got nothing. She disarms her, and then the chick beats her up again or something, right? Yeah.
Yeah, she bare knuckles her.
Poor Arya. God damn it.
I'm convinced.
I shouldn't laugh at that, but
I mean,
the whole thing is ridiculous.
If you want to beat the White Walkers, let this girl loose on them. That's all you need.
She takes down the dragons.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's crazy. I'm so excited to see where Arya goes. So this whole sequence though ends up with Arya's like, oh no, my face, and then this guy comes in, and what does he say?
He says something disparaging to her.
Yeah.
It says something like, she is not ready, and he agrees.
A girl is not ready.
Right. Or not even ready, but is not fit for this life. Or something along those lines. It's been a little while since we saw the episode, but it was something that seemed like he was rejecting her.
A man cannot grow hair underneath his lower lip. Sorry. Oh, we got 3. I was doing the screenshots. Okay, so this is cool. So they walk through. Oh, he gives a big history here. This is actually a really fascinating
about the first Faceless Men.
Yes. Do you remember that exactly?
Something along the lines that the first Faceless Men's faces adorn this hall and gives her, at the end of it, he gives her a task and says, regardless of how this turns out, another face will be added to the hall.
Meaning, no matter what happens, you're just going to be another face in the column.
Well, either it'll be your victim or it'll be you.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Yes. So they're checking it out. He always seems to be questioning her commitment, and for good reason. But he also still tolerates. She's like an intern with tons of potential.
Yeah, I think he realizes and knows that no matter what he does, she's always going to be Arya Stark. and he has different plans for her.
Okay.
I don't think he is committed to believing that she'll ever truly be no one.
So do you think that it'll be somehow within the show revealed that he actually is kind of playing her, or he's sort of allowing this to happen to sort of release their power into the greater world via Arya?
Right, because, I mean, in terms of the story of Game of Thrones, Arya cannot be no one. She has a story, she has motivation, she has history, she has vengeance. Yeah. She needs to be Arya.
It'd be fucked up if they gave her, like, you will not be a cleaning lady. A girl will be a cleaning lady. A cleaning girl. Okay, so he gives her poison, which is the indicator that you got a job now. Here's your mission. And it's to kill an actress, right? And so they say something. Now, this sequence was fucking cool. I love the way they do this, because they do these cheesy ass sets and these goofballs up here and the dumb, shitty acting thing. But I don't know historically. I'm not an expert. I'm not a stage historian, but my understanding is that, like, you know, culture, art evolves over time and goes through phases, or, you know, that it strikes me as completely realistic that if they did plays, they would probably be kind of juvenile and childish. I don't mean like sex juvenile or like butt fart. See, I can't even say the word fart without laughing. But you know what I mean? Like, the acting was so crappy, like the way they...
Oh, yeah. It was basically like a farcical peanut gallery play for the fools. It wasn't like a Shakespearean highbrow thing. It was dumbed down, crass, crude for the masses, for the unwashed masses.
Yes, cartoonish and silly. But my point is, like, this strikes me as, like, very accurate historically. Because the next scene, which we're going to get to, all these people playing these actors are normal in the next scene, and then that's them acting again. I mean, they're all acting.
And did you catch the parallel on this one? This was exactly the same as Arya sitting back and watching her father's execution from afar.
Well, of course. I mean, that's
the whole point.
That's the more of the substantive part of this whole scene than what I'm talking about. So they get into this. This is Robert Baratheon, right? They have him out hunting,
and that's the first CGI that was ever invented.
This is the HTC Vive prototype. Yeah. They bring in this boar. Like, I love they run him in there. The guy's holding the thing, and right up the tushy. What are these? These are like horns here, huh? Oh, this guy's making sound effects.
Yeah, he's like the Foley guy.
Yeah, he's the Foley guy. Yeah, he's like the black guy from Police Academy. Look, it's the original black guy from the Police Academy. So he does a little fart noise with the bellows, but the king gets killed. And stabs him. Oh, Robert's dead. It's like
great effect.
I love it though, because it would have been like this. It's so cool. And so. Okay, then now Joffrey comes in, and Arya's laughing. The whole place is kind of having fun. By the way, I love it when she puts on her, like, adorable Princess Leia headgear, or whatever the fuck you call that. Apparently, it's kind of the style at the time here. Put a little butterfly, a little flower, a dried vomit puddle, and they're going. Arya's having a blast, man. She's digging it. Joffrey, Cersei, they're not real friendly. That's a dude.
Yeah, and you can see the stubble.
Yeah, because it could be either.
I thought it was a woman at first, and then I saw the stubble. I was like, oh, okay.
We've all seen Shakespeare in Love.
Yeah,
and he's got he's got these things hanging off of him. That's just so funny. So this whole sequence was crazy, and then it turns awful,
right?
Hilarious. By the way, this actor is awesome, and his bad hairline and the wig, and But for Arya, this takes a bad
right, and this was really important though, because if you look back at her face right there, that good lord, okay, but her facial expression, that's proof for you right there that she is not no one. She knows who she is. She remembers who she is.
Yeah,
she's not giving that up. It's all a play.
Well, but I don't know if that. The no ones are supposed to literally lose what they.
But she is still emotionally attached to her own persona.
Well, this is if there's were to be a catalyst, like say she was on the fence of jumping back into her former self, then you watch an entire play about the murder of your father, and then also one of these is a Sansa character, and that's going to pull her back. So this is giving her the emotional thrust to go back at it.
Yeah.
And by the way, very historical teeth.
Yeah.
Let's just call it that.
That's pretty hideous.
That's right. And this one here, way too hot to be poor. Okay, let's keep pushing. Arya's not having fun anymore.
No.
They do the whole death thing. The acting's all silly and fun, and we're all having a good time. There's some farts.
Yep, there's the fart.
Ned Stark is kind of this goofy buffoon with the dumb faces. I can't do the dialogue exactly what they said, but it's all getting ugly.
He looks like Vincent D'Onofrio from
every
Men
Vincent,
in Black.
Yeah, Men in Black. Yeah. So Cersei, Ned, they're talking. I don't remember what they said exactly in those shots. You got the guys up down there. They're doing their thing. Joffrey's got the thrones. Look at the sword things. This is back there. It's so funny. But I bet in our world, real world Game of Thrones production set, they probably had a blast making like a torch.
Oh yeah,
cutting it up. The face. So then, this is awful. They gave him this huge nose.
Yeah,
the scar.
it's important to know that is actually the love child of Tyrion and Bran.
Yes, that's absolutely true. They got they had a little too drunk playing those drinking games one night. Crowd's loving it. Oh no, he's gonna get killed. And then Sansa rushes in to try to save it. Super hottie Sansa, by the way, looking good. James, we live in LA. I'm a comedian. I know a lot of actresses. And let me just say, this is accurate. I don't know what that even means.
I don't either.
I'm just saying actresses are hot. So they get in there and it's all fucked up and Arya's seen it all. Oh yeah, there we go. There goes the head. Ow, my head. What does he just pull back?
Yeah, he just pulls back.
Let's see. Whoa. So, oh yeah, the head rolls over. Now it's really, really, really hurting her because it's like that was oh my god. That's Ned Stark's head. They just throw it. Sansa's crying because she gets trapped. This is the part where Sansa started her descent into the nightmare was when her dad died, got her head cut off because suddenly now she's just this pawn in the story of the Starks or the Lannisters. Sansa's dismayed. Joffrey comforts her. I don't remember. This is some decree. Is this the wedding decree? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that, right?
That's where he says, by Tywin Lannister's order, I'm to be hand to the king and I'm to marry Sansa.
Oh, okay.
And then says some crass things about what he's going to do with her.
Yes, that's right. And then so it's like, it's horrifying.
Which is important to know that people here are far away. I mean, where is this taking place? In Braavos, right?
Yeah, that's what was
Which is far from King's Landing. So they didn't, word of mouth back then, maybe they thought this is actually how it went down.
This was word of mouth. I mean,
there's no internet. There's no newspapers, no town criers that scream from one city to the next. So this is...
there's like one asshole in the crowd who's like, that's not what it said on Reddit.
Yeah.
So they're going... so it's like, oh shit, fuck, I gotta put black boxes. God damn it. All right. Well, sorry everybody, it's YouTube. We can't show them. And so he pulls her shirt up. Yeah, wow. These ladies are aghast because their titties don't look that good anymore. By the way, neither do mine, James. Mine only looked good up until I was about 23. And so Arya's hating it all. We all know right before this was a very...
That took me by surprise.
Just a whole bunch of junk. It was like opening up your junk drawer.
Yeah, you do not want a 3D TV for scenes like that.
Yes. Don't take off the the Vive.
Yeah.
That was bad. I mean, I have a hard enough time looking at my own dick and balls.
What was the point of it?
He was
saying,
worried
we haven't shown one of these in a while.
Well, they show tits and pusses, and why not show...
But what did it add to the story?
I actually think it's a sign of progress. You know what? We're all a little too uptight about our genitals. We all act like nobody has them and that we're supposed to get all giggly and stupid about them. I mean, I do, but I don't... Like, James, I got a feeling you got a dick and a ball. Probably two balls. I've never actually I've never confirmed this, my theory. Everybody listening, it has these things, or place has touched one.
Varys is very uncomfortable right now.
Yeah, Varys. I did not actually have one. So yeah, it was a weird choice, but I'm okay with it. You know what? About time. It's about time. Mm-hmm. Let's get over this fucking tightwad bullshit. That's my soapboxing for the day. So they're looking at his balls. But this is the scene I was talking about, how they're kind of just like actors backstage now.
Oh yeah.
Which is they're actually acting hard, where before they have to act terribly, even though that probably takes more energy as a professionally trained actor who's on Game of Thrones to act bad.
Can anyone just kind of wander back there? I mean, what's her stick that she gets to go back there?
Why is Arya close?
What's her cover?
Yeah. But there were some boobs in one of these shots too, so I got to look out for those. So I kind of enjoyed... I'll explain that in a second, actually, James. The way Arya kind of... This sort of way she's looking, like she's sort of... You could see her... I thought this acting was actually excellent.
Yeah.
She just has this sense of, like, taking everything in, process... I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm trying to say there. So Arya, one of her tricks is the ability to turn hard to see. Not literally.
I mean, in the beginning, she had to kind of sneak back in places with her oysters.
Somebody, Okay,
cockles.
let's throw this to the fans, because there's definitely people watching who know more than I do. I've read the books. I remember this, and I might be wrong because I have a fucked up head. That there was a thing. Not that Arya turns invisible. It's just that she has sort of this power to not be noticed. It's not a magic power. But it's like
it's the cloak that makes her invisible from.
It's the Harry Potter cloak.
Yes.
Yeah, totally. Totally. But because there's multiple moments in the series where her getting by depends on her just sort of like fading into the background.
Right. Is this something that comes about from her training with?
No, just like
just something that she had before she became a disciple of this.
Yes, my answer is yes, but I would appreciate somebody correcting me and clarifying the record for the court. And so they're having fun. There's main actors, and then there's Arya again. So. All right, back to the Wyes, the Faceless Men. This guy's washing a body. I don't like washing a living body. I'm referring to my own. This guy's, they got to wash the bodies? Just wash the face. You're only keeping the face. So they it's weird. What is he saying to her here?
Well, I think this scene is pretty important because she tells him that she's eavesdropped and she knows that I believe that the woman that's set to be killed only drinks rum, is it?
Oh, yeah,
and she's the only one that drinks it, so she's going to accomplish the task by poisoning the rum to make sure that she gets the right target. And at this point, though, it kind of calls into question what the motives of the Faceless Men are and the many-faced God. Because she doesn't see this woman as someone who is deserving of death. And he says something like, do you think death only comes for those who are wicked? Does death not come for everyone?
Yeah.
But then again, someone has hired these guys to murder, but she sees a moral problem with that.
Yeah.
So it calls into question as to whether these guys are just mindless, paid mercenary assassins, or if they have some sort of greater knowledge or greater insight into justifying what they're doing.
Yes, like killing the insurance salesman, the asshole on the docks that was robbing.
That made sense.
Yeah, because he was messing with other dudes and being a kind of a scumbag.
Right.
Now it's like, oh, this nice lady,
Yeah, I mean...
just a working actress.
And she's questioning it, but he says, we do not ask questions.
Yeah, and they paid or something like that.
It's...
A girl needs to shut the fuck up.
Right, wow, so it really, really messes with her head here.
Yeah.
It's like, is this who I want to be?
Yeah, plus she's also dealing with the... seeing her family's tragedy reenacted in front of her. Boom! Back to the drug den. Whoa! Hippy dippy time. Here's Bran, all whacked out on goofballs. They're in the...
And interesting thing before you go on, do you know that effect where his eyes are white?
Oh, how do they make that? How do they
usually
do that?
With contacts, but that particular actor, whose name I cannot pull out of my head right now,
Bran Stoker.
Okay, Bran. Yeah, he can actually roll his eyes back, so they don't need to use.
Are you shitting me?
No,
he just goes real high with.
He
his
can
pupils?
do that. Some people can do that. He can do that.
I'm trying to do it right now, dude.
I can't even look at it.
Oh my god, I'm visiting my dad when he was a boy.
Well, no, I don't mean he can do that.
Yeah, no, I know that. So now they're walking down this thing. That's fascinating. So they come up on this weirwood tree, surrounded by these rocks. Rock henge, I think they called it.
Did you think of anything immediately when you saw the position of those rocks?
Fallout 4?
No, remember one of the very first scenes you see in season 1, episode 1, where the White Walker scene is, and the bodies are ripped apart, and they're in this, this spiral pattern, all coming out in the middle. It's almost the same as the rock
There
formation.
is a more spiral. Yeah. There's a top-down shot of this tree later on. Holy shit, James! Everybody should fucking subscribe because you just blew my mind and their mind.
What does it mean?
Well, wow. Okay, so the little children of the earth, fucking corn. Who are these? What are they called?
Children of the forest.
The first children.
First children? Oh, yes.
What are they called?
They're all Barack Obama's children. They're the first children.
The first children. The weirwood.
And does that not look a heck of a lot like the dude in the tree?
I guess it does in a way. Yeah, maybe. Wow, Jesus Christ, dude, you are killing it. Yeah. Totally. And by the way, I cry burgundy wine myself. Yeah. So, look at that face.
Looks just like him.
He's the three-eyed raven. Okay, so here's a spiral pattern.
Yes. As soon as I saw this, I was like, holy crap.
Oh, look, there's first. Those must be those children. What are they called? Children of the forest?
Hobbits?
Time bandits?
Yeah.
But yeah, this is very... God damn it, we got to get a picture of that. Maybe we should... do you have time? Okay, took a quick... journey to YouTube. We found a screenshot of that scene. It's a little bit crappy resolution, so it's not going to be perfect. But this is a comparison of what James was just saying about the spiral thing and the shot from season 1, episode 1, very beginning. And that's what it looked like from above.
I thought there was a wider shot of it. I thought it was more pulled out, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe my memory has failed me.
It's your first time ever being wrong.
I'm going to have to look into this more when we finish this. I could have sworn there was a bigger shot.
I don't think you're right. Sorry, bro. I'm just going to have to throw you under the bus here. You're totally right. You're on to something about arranging patterns and stuff like that, but it's not a spiral.
They wouldn't do it if there wasn't a reason.
That's true, but part of the reason, the simple reason could be it's mysterious and weird. We don't fucking know who. Because how many times have you seen another culture where you're like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck are those people doing?
But
it's crazy.
I feel like nothing R.R. Martin does is wasted, especially brought to light in this episode with the name Hodor, which we're going to get to.
We should, totally. So, okay. Well, anyway, let us know what you guys think. Is James wrong, or is he really wrong? Here we go, James. First, children. The children. Why can't we? They're called the children of the forest.
They're children, yeah.
What do I know? Okay, so they come up on them, looking pretty hot.
Can you go back one screen? Does she not have makeup on the back of her neck?
No, they're allowed to have different shades, maybe. Right. Yeah. Dear.
This is completely unbelievable now.
Dear George R.R. Martin, you didn't put makeup on the back of her neck. Like as if he's the one that does all the work.
There goes my immersion.
So they're up to something. We're not sure what. She has what appeared to be dragon glass in her hands.
Yes.
They get up. They're looking kind of intense, you know? Like, I was like, this is like the freakiest group of Girl Scouts I've ever seen. And poor guy, wish I had a body like that. And shit, what the fuck? What do they do? I thought these girls weren't evil. They're doing some weird shit here, man.
He didn't pay for his Thin Mints.
His Thin Mints, yeah. He didn't. I don't know any other Girl Scout cookies, but
mimosas or.
Let us know in the comments below, guys. What are the names of the girls? No, please don't. Somebody will. And what's that? Is this a shot back at the? Thing,
he's holding onto the tree.
Yeah.
Because this is a major revelation.
Yeah, this is big. This is a huge part of the story and the lore. And she comes up to the guy, pokes him right between the nips. By the way, sorry guys, I had to black out the nipple. We can't show those things on TV, on YouTube. It's not okay. And so she pokes it in there and just, it makes me cringe just to see that. She's looking right at him. Oh God, no facial reaction. By the way, hey lady, your eyebrows called. They want you to pick them up at daycare.
Now, when this was happening, did you know what this was leading up to?
I figured it out kind of quickly once his eyes turned blue.
Yeah, well, I mean, before the eyes.
No, not really. I thought they were just murdering some crazy, they were just crazy murdering wackos. So, boom, right in there. And his eyes are turning blue. And that, of course, I thought this was Tywin Lannister for a second, by the way. It's not. It's the guy. And so
is that the head?
Yeah.
The Night King?
So let's go back and look at their faces.
Is that him with no makeup?
Yeah, I think that's the same actor. I'm pretty sure it is. Okay, so maybe it is the same actor. Let's compare faces. I gotta say it is. I think the nose is the same in the eye. I think that the eyes are the same distance. If you look at this, pupil to pupil, it's pretty much. I'm pretty sure it's the same guy. Why would they just not use the same guy? I mean, if he had the same body,
it would make sense.
Yeah, it would be weird not to. But again, we don't know if it's like the king. Do they rotate the king? Do they have an election every 400 years like America does, or something like that? So, all right. So James just tells me that there's some sort of theory about who this man is.
And I don't know if this has been confirmed or if this is in the book or this is something that I was just thinking. But the armor that he's wearing looks like armor
the king?
Night King, as they call him.
Uh-huh.
It looks like crow armor. Was this one of the Lord Commanders of the Night's Watch? Because we know Jon Snow was like the 998th Lord Commander. Was this a past commander?
I don't know. Well, the White One, maybe. I don't know. That's a good theory. Could be. I mean, so the point was the lore behind this is that the children were being. This is their land,
right?
And they were being invaded by these first men, and they needed some way to fight them. That they were losing this war, and actually they ended up calling up like animals and shit. They were able to command like the bears and stuff, and but they created them out of this magic, and so the White Walker origin is that they were used as a weaponized army to fight against the first men, so that the children could have a chance.
So it makes me wonder what the catalyst was for them gaining their own will and breaking free from the control of the children. What did they grow too powerful? Do they?
Well, do we know they even had control in the first place? Maybe they just set the fire and they just let it go, knowing that the first men would be so busy dealing with the White Walkers that they could handle it.
Or they just initially just looking for an efficient place to store their knives. And like, whoops, I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah. I store mine in a knife storage box. What are those called? Knife boxes?
Knife boxes.
Block.
No, yes. Knife block, yeah.
Yeah, knife block. All right, so fuck it. We're wasting time, James. Bran, God, there's so much to talk about. We're trying to keep these under an hour. It's impossible. We never can. Maybe I should stop complaining. Bran is like, what the fuck did I just see, man? This is for shit. And so she's sitting there, same chick.
Yep.
She goes, hey, we stabbed the guy. Fuck, it's crazy. Right?
Yes, exactly in that tone.
Yeah, that's what it was. And this guy's like, when will this job end? I hate working. I hate being an actor. Fill it in, James. I'm a little too...
Well, that was when he said, he basically looked at her and said, you created them, you made the White Walkers. And she said, yes, to protect ourselves. And he said, from who? And so, you. Your kind.
Yeah.
Men.
You son of a bitch. You and your fucking horses and arrows. So, the Kingsmoot. James, they're picking a king.
And this is the Iron Islands, and the
Islands.
castle is called Castle Pike. Is that it?
The Pike,
or is
something
this
like
the
that?
Pike and the Iron Isles the same thing?
The Iron Isles, there's something like that. The Grey, I don't know. The Greyjoys live here.
It's sort of like England, United Kingdom, Britain. Who knows?
Yeah, who cares?
It's nobody knows.
Yeah.
Except for everyone except for me.
They all sunburn easy. Who gives a shit? So these guys don't sunburn easy because they are sailors. They tan nice and pretty, although they're all kind of pale, fucked up white people. And Theon's there. He's kind of coming back into his own a little bit, but he's still a little twitchy, still a little fucked up. To be fair, he has no dick, and he was tortured for a long time.
Yeah, and it seems like everyone knows it.
Oh, but they sure know it. So Yara, she comes in going, I will be the queen! Yeah. I will be your very brave new queen! The only difference is I have boobs and a vagina, which you've never had before. Well, I mean, they've never had a female queen, and one of them points it out.
Yeah, and they're not very receptive to the idea at first because it's setting a new precedent. Like you said, they never had that before.
Yeah. And as we all know, change is scary. You know, and what's even scarier than change? Women.
Oh.
So she brings this guy's like, oh, fuck you, I'm bald and stupid. And these guys are like, oh, yeah, so he's bald.
And they challenged her authority, saying, why in the world will we accept you as our leader when the rightful heir, the firstborn male of the prior king, is standing before us,
right over Theon. And then so she looks at the Theon, because now's a moment where we weren't sure if Theon was gonna...
I was wondering if he was gonna, overstep his bounds and say, why, sure, I'll be king.
Yeah. Well, now that you mention it, it's time for a penisless king. So he was... do you think he had to make up his mind? Was he on the fence here? I think he was pretty committed, though. I think he's kind of broken.
Yeah, he wanted to show his support for Yara.
His life is way better if his sister is in charge and he's just sort of supporting than if he has to bear the burden of being the guy. He totally made the right call here. So he steps up. She makes her case first. She makes her case, and she's like, fuck you guys. This guy weird. I look like I should own a pizza shop. I look like a Mario's a dad. And... I just thought he didn't look. This is a bad casting choice for no reason. Look at him. You want the cheese or you want the sausage? And so they go to Theon. Let's listen to this guy. He goes up there, and this is where Theon finally makes his... Someone cracks a joke about how he has no wiener, which, hey, I make fun of people who have wieners, so this is kind of fair game. And he doesn't seem to be too phased by it.
Are you sure that's when someone makes the crack? I thought
there was a couple.
I thought it was Euron. Was that his name?
He makes it too. Oh, maybe no one said it.
Yeah, I think he makes that.
I feel like one person did at this point here, and they all chuckled. But yeah, you're right. Euron definitely does.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. It's been about 2 or 3 days since we've last seen it, and James and I both have the same memory as the movie The Ring. After 7 days, it goes away. So Theon, finally, we're trying to get to it. I believe it should be my sister, whatever her name is, Yara. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, and they go,
he was saying, like, she is your queen. She has been the one that's been the strength behind the will of the king. And
he gives
she's been leading
speech.
you. Yeah, and saying, I've been gone. Yeah. She's been here leading you.
And she has. They've shown her being great. She's like a great military kind of commander, general sort of thing.
But unlucky for her, this is the biggest group of the most fickle, stupid idiots I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. So we'll get to that.
More like a dumb shit moot, if you ask me. So Theon cries, man, he is broken.
Yeah, and at this point, they're all chanting, Yara, Yara.
Yeah,
they're all behind her.
Yeah. And then, it's chubby Ewan McGregor comes walking up. Hey, I was away on vacation, and now I'm back to run everything. Look at that, chubby Ewan McGregor, man.
And did I get his name right? Is this Euron?
Euron. Euron.
Okay.
Like, you're Ron. Like, hey, James, where's my Ron? You're Ron. Hey. So there's she's obviously like, fuck.
And this is their uncle, right?
Yeah, this is the what's his face's younger brother.
Yes.
The dead guy. And he admits...
Baelor Greyjoy.
Baelor, thank you. Balon,
yes. Baelor is a different thing.
Yeah, what you do when a boat gets filled with water. Say it.
You
bail out.
You bail.
You bail
on
boat.
it.
Bail on. All right, so they're going at it. They're pretty civil, at least. As they didn't come charging in with weapons or something. So at least they're talking it out. Couple of dick jokes in this scene, See, there he is. He's smelling the end of a... No, I'm just...
So he flat out admits to killing Balon Greyjoy.
That's crazy.
It's like, yeah, whatever. He was weak. He was ineffective. He was taking you nowhere. But I'll take you somewhere. I'll go across the ocean. I will marry the dragon lady.
It's crazy that that's like a not a disqualifying crime.
Yeah.
They should be like, oh...
You would think they'd just string him up right there.
Yeah, these aren't fucking lions. You know, when like a male lion eats the cubs and then the female just fucks them right away.
And Euron even said, in my first act as queen, I'm going to execute the man who killed our king.
Well, he's right there.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
they would
weird.
be on him and drowning him at that moment.
They're supposed, it's like, oh, okay.
Where's their loyalty?
Yeah, he was a piece of shit though. That guy, he deserved to have his head.
True, but that was
smashed.
still their king, and that was still regicide.
It was very much regicide. Also, it was bro side.
Fratricide.
Yep, and what I hope never happens, James's side.
No.
All right, let's keep pushing. So Fat Ewan McGregor is talking. He's got a ring on. He's rich. He's one of these assholes.
There's the scene where he's alluding to his...
he's reaching down to his junk. Say it, James. Say the word penis.
It's not...
Say the word spine.
I don't have that either.
You can't say spine.
No.
It's an anagram for penis.
I did not know that.
Yeah, well, say the word cock, which is cock backwards. All right, so then they go... he comes in and they're like, raise your axes.
Yeah, so they go from Yara to Euron.
And Theon's going, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah.
Well, he's having a bad day. He's like, shit. Very peculiar, and somehow they end up losing the vote. It didn't work.
Yeah.
Euron comes in. This is an intense thing, though, too. They're like, because their slogan is, what is dead may never die.
Right. And they worship the drowned god.
The drowned god, exactly. So they drown him. But then it's just sort of a cut scene. They cut to them running. They're jumping in those boats.
Because anyone that's loyal to Yara still is getting the heck out of there, because Yara just said, hey, I'm going to execute you. Yeah. And this guy's now, I'm the king now.
The whole point of the moot is that it's a peaceful transfer. So it's like... But this is a huge division within this community.
And I thought this was the most comical thing ever, is like immediately, what is one of the first things he says when... we can keep going, because one of the first things he says after his coronation, in a sense.
Okay, so he swallows the water. This is very much like the movie The Abyss, where Ed Harris drinks water while wearing a spacesuit underneath the ocean. And this guy gives it to him. They're doing it. Drinking in the water. They just keep cutting. Then they just drag him out, lay him down. Is this what we're getting to where you want to?
Yes.
Okay. So they don't know if he's going to wake up. I pretty much was sure he was going to wake up. It would have been weird if he just didn't.
Yeah.
This guy's like, I want the what? He wants the pepperoni? You wanted some salad? So then he wakes up, spits out a bunch of water. It looks like really soupy water, like viscous. Like Caro syrup.
Yeah, let me see that.
All right, James, tell us what he says.
Well, he says something that's so ridiculous and comical that it seemed out of place to me. He was like,
put driftwood on my head.
Yeah, it was that. It was like, where's my niece and nephew? Let's go murder them. And then they all go charging off in a murder trot. He literally says that. I mean, he could have said something like, I have a word to have with them. They'll regret what they did.
Right.
Not just flat out, I'm going to murder them.
I'm going to murder them.
Yeah, he almost like he needed to like twirl his mustache like time to train tracks or something.
Let's bring them violence.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a little weird.
It was way too blatant for me.
I was too distracted by this fucking stupid driftwood crown.
Yep.
I like it. It kind of fits. Crowns in general are ridiculous.
You know, the important thing is it acts as a flotation device as well.
Except in order to breathe, you've got to be doing a headstand on the surface of the water.
Well, all the Greyjoys have blowholes under their hair.
Oh, they do? Yeah. And they also have one on each arm, like floaties, like kids at the pool. So, yeah, he keeps it on, though. That was also... This is where he says the murder line, I think. Let's go murder!
And they all set off, following with him in the lead of the parade.
Yeah. And this guy goes, no, we are out of the Diet Coke. Sorry, just the regular. And you're like, yeah, but my diet, I can't have carbs. What? I'm an Italian cook. Okay.
And so there it is. There's the murder march.
But, they stole all of our boats, and they got away. This scene was a little impractical. It's kind of hard to organize that many boats. Well, whatever, they did it. How the fuck do I know? I once almost killed somebody with a canoe. All right, so
I was expecting him to stomp his foot and go, curses!
Curses! Shake your fists, everybody! Come on!
Shake harder!
Shake harder, boy! Simpsons reference.
That sounds like Goofy.
Yeah. That's not Goofy either. Not even a good Scooby. So, Dany! With her, she's stepping up her braid game.
So this is the first time we've seen her since she made her dramatic fire show.
Yep, she went down to the Ross Dress for Less, got herself some new clothes, and she is ready to take over. I think she's maturing too. Oh, by the way, she is okay with showing titties. I read a little article about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was in her contract that she didn't have to, but...
No, the thing was she's okay with it if it is about the story being advanced, but if it's just sort of gratuitous, show the tits because everybody likes looking at tits, then she's not for that. But the scene in the last episode where or was it the last one or whatever, where she walks out of the fire, that totally fits the story. She's naked. Your clothes burn. So now they have this little conversation, and she comes up. I don't forget what she was saying to him. She's giving him shit about how he's abandoned her twice.
Right. She was giving the whole speech. I've exiled you twice. You have returned twice. You have saved my life. I don't know if she said this.
And it's sort of tragic for Jorah because, as we all know, he's got a little bit of eczema going on.
Yeah.
He's got a bad case. And she steps towards him and he backs up and
he says, "I have to leave. I can't."
And now she sees his arm and she sees how screwed up it is, and he's got that old guy, tough, handsome blonde guy. Very rare for a blonde man to be attractive, by the way. Let me just say that. Past the age of 34. And
he was actually one of the members of Hanson.
He was. He's all of Hanson. They had a terrible accident on the set of The Fly. Yeah. By the way, I'm a blonde guy, everybody. James is looking at my head. You fucking asshole. You just You just stared at my disability.
I don't know.
I'm bald. I'm That's what I'm not allowed to claim a color since I'm bald.
You were?
Yeah, I was blonde.
Oh.
Yeah. I was one of those little white kids with the white hair.
You're a Lannister.
Yeah, those fucking terrifying white kids. I was one of those. Like this platinum white kid hair. It's horrifying. And then it fell out when I was 19, so you can fucking kiss my ass. All right, so she starts crying because she knows he's going to die from eczema. And this guy's like, well, at least I get to fuck her.
He already showed his arm at that point, though, right?
Yeah, she's seen it, yeah.
So you didn't get a picture of his
no, I missed it.
Cornflake arm?
No, I missed it. I know, it happened quick. Sorry, everybody. I'll put it in.
If someone flashes an obscene body part, you have like 6 pictures of it.
I didn't get a picture of the dude's dick.
Okay, fair enough.
I got the boobs, but come on, man. What
so she's actually saying at this point, I need you by my side if I'm to leave.
Well, it becomes I think the scene started with her. She'd made up her mind.
Yeah,
I'm going to let you in the circle now.
Yeah.
You're okay. But immediately it took a huge turn she wasn't expecting. And now after all this sort of anguish about him leaving and come back, and she made up her mind, it's torn away from her all in one quick moment with the thing on his arm, and so he's got to go. And so now but it's breaking her heart because aside from him dying, it's also reversing this decision she just made too. So,
and this is the only thing Jorah's ever wanted, aside from seeing her naked a few hours ago.
Which thinks
that's kind of what he wanted. But he wants to be accepted by her. He wants to return to the fold. He wants to serve her, to be loved by her.
Right. I've seen you naked. I'm gonna go now. George R.R. Martin is just a master manipulator of our feelings, or as the children call it these days, emotions.
Yeah. Can you imagine if, like, the scene where she was naked, he was just like holding up a cell phone to snap?
Click, 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 click.
Yeah. But she orders him to say, "I order you to go forth, find a Rite Aid, get the cream, cure yourself, and return to me."
Yeah, she said, "Go find a Rite Aid and come back." So he's like, "All right, whatever." So they keep going. We got to really push, James.
Yeah, I know.
No, it's not you. It's me. It's me. So he hops on his horse, takes a look at the horse, and this is a cool shot because she's got her army behind her. She's a general. She's a leader. She's a commander. She's gonna fuck some people up, and I can't wait because those slave-owning motherfuckers in fucking where are they from? Volantis and the other two. And Mereen, but she's going to bring some heat home.
Yeah,
with her.
And one of the really quick things, did you know that when she filmed, no matter what she was wearing, she always had her Dothraki riding pants on underneath whatever she was wearing?
Is that true?
Yes.
To honor that that's who she really is?
You can't see it most of the time, but that's what they say.
Well, that's the same reason I wear a diaper.
Yeah.
So Tyrion is pouring the wine, and they're having their little meeting here of the 4 horsemen of the bureaucracy.
Yeah.
So what's he talking about here? Other than his amazing eyeballs. Look at those things. I could fall asleep in those eyes. She's so hot. He's so hot. He's so not. All right, so what are they talking about, scene?
They were talking about saying they needed like a spokesperson because the people don't respect them.
Oh, yeah.
And they needed someone that can...
None of us are inspiring the people's loyalty and fealty.
Well, yeah.
That's right. So then we cut to this. So this comes back to when Varys and Tyrion were wandering around the city, and they walked by the priest guy, which we kind of that was foreshadowed back then. And so that's him there, and he's wearing his red suit, because he's one of the guards of the Emperor in Star Wars. But he's introducing us a new, younger, sportier, red woman who I am a fan of.
That she's younger because she's got one of those deceptive necklaces on.
That's true.
So if she were to drop that, is she going to turn into an old crone?
Well, she's definitely an upgrade, just like in The Matrix. She's all right. No, actually, they're both. Actually, I think I like Melisandre myself. If I gotta. Okay, sorry, I'm going into weird territory here. But by the way, some assholes got to climb a ladder, light all these things every day. Come on. This seems a little excessive.
The children of the forest come in and use little fire bombs.
Yeah, they throw the little balls. So this is a kind of a weird thing. She sort of like gives them some religion mumbo jumbo, right?
Right, and she really, really shows that she's the real deal when she interacts with Varys. Yes. And I thought that was one of the most powerful scenes of the whole episode.
Yeah, because he gives her a little grief.
Right, he stands up to her and basically, tries to assert his authority. Then she says something to him that no one else should know.
Yes,
the one thing that has shaken his faith, that has made him think that there's more to life than, that gives him some sort of stock in the supernatural.
Which is, as we've all have established, his pee-pee.
Right,
the name of his pee-pee.
Which he only confided in Tyrion, which is the one thing that when he spoke about, he actually seemed shaken.
Yeah.
And she confronts him with that.
Yes.
Completely.
He's a man who's not often taken aback by anything.
And you can see in his face.
He always keeps his cool. Like this time, he's like, "Oh, really, bitch? You think you're so fucking special?" And she goes, "Yeah. Yeah, in fact, I'm going to talk about your dick." And the guy who cut, "Oh, you're so special, do you?" She's, there he is being sassy, and now she's stepping in, she's getting closer. He's not sure he believes what she's saying.
And then you can see fear in his face for the first time.
You got it. And she's like, "You dumbass. I know." What did she say, though?
She said...
About the wizard who...
Right, she said, "Shall I tell you who spoke forth from the flame? Shall I tell you the words that he spoke?"
When he threw his dick into the fire.
Yeah, shall I tell you what those words meant?
Yeah, but she doesn't say it to him, though. But
she threatens to tell him.
Yeah, I know. But
he doesn't want to know.
Oh, I thought she threatened to repeat it.
No.
Just basically to prove, like, look, I know this thing that only that.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, if you ever threw my dick into a fire, you know what it would say? Ow!
Okay.
All right, so we're back at the tree fort. This is where shit gets intense, man. Oh my. By the way, it's been a great episode. This whole thing. I was watching. I was exhausted.
Yeah. I think after I watched it, I texted you saying, "Holy crap!"
Yeah.
It
because we were trying to schedule it.
I know it was killing me because I was actually hoping. I hope this episode sucks because we can't do it.
Right.
And it turned out to be phenomenal.
It was hurtful to not be able to do it on time. Ugh, it sucks. Working on a Sunday. What am I?
Yeah.
What am I? Fucking Richard Branson. So Bran. Okay. So this moment here, Bran steps up, crawls over. By the way, I just want to point out this dirt they're all crawling around in looks like smashed up Oreos without the frosting part. It just looks really soft and gentle dirt. Like you think it'd be pretty gross after all these years. But so he comes in and he sneaks into the old man's whiskey stash. Yeah, and basically, he touches a power he's not supposed to touch.
This worried me at first because every bad thing that ever happens in the show happens when Bran does something he's not supposed to freaking do. Don't climb, Bran.
What else?
Climbing, and then later. I don't want to spoil it, because we're about to get to it.
Okay, no, but I did put you on the spot there.
Yeah,
but he's caused some trouble.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. What if when he did this, he just like snapped into watching Jaime bang Cersei and then throw his own self out the window and he catches him? So anyway, he taps into the old man's tree root, which is a no.
That's the sound wrong.
He taps into the old man's tree root. So anyway, he wraps his fingers around the old man's shaft.
Around his gnarled root.
around his gnarly, gross wood. And turns out, but he's, the old man's asleep. And Bran's sneaking off on his own. We have not seen him alone before, so this is trouble.
He's not ready. There's the spiral thing again.
Yes.
Which he can,
But is that's the same location?
Same location, same stone, same pattern.
Yeah. But he's approaching it. Got the trees there. It's all coming down, and then he notices something behind him. Whoa! Oh shit! It is a insane clown posse festival,
and you have to wonder at this point. These are not normal people. These are supernatural, special ice demon things.
Yeah.
Can they see me? Am I safe?
They call them whites.
Yes.
Which I gotta say, as I've been a white person since I was a baby. That's offensive.
Yeah.
All right.
And you're not supposed to fire until you see the whites of their eyes.
Or the whites of their skin.
Yeah.
So anyway, W-I-G-H-T
Yes,
is how they spell
yes.
that. It's a cool word. I love this show, man. So speaking of whites, there's Bran's face. And he starts walking right towards him, though. He's like, oh, look at that crowd. I love people. I haven't been able to walk in a long, you know. And so he walks over.
So
and
he feels safe.
yeah, he doesn't seem too worried, but he should feel safe because you're pretty much...
But then again, in the last episode where he was doing this kind of thing, he called out to his father, and he seemed to almost react. So he should know at this point that he has some sort of interdimensional time tether connection. He
Yes.
has some sort of inkling of power, and if he has it, perhaps it can go the other way as well.
Well, that's true. He didn't obviously think about that, but I don't think that he should... it makes sense to me that he would feel comfortable wandering through anybody because it's... Yeah, I don't think he's had enough experience, even though he said, "Father!" And then young Ned Starkhauser, MD, turned around and looked
Right.
at him.
But
I don't think that was enough to like warn him off of being like, okay, I have to be super careful. He should be careful.
Do you think I mean, at this point, I was thinking, he's not in the past. This could be the present.
Essentially, what's about to happen is he's looking through his dad's porn and he found a sticky page.
Oh, God.
So, sorry, I didn't even listen to what you're saying because I was thinking about my great line. This is cool. I enjoy this guy here. I don't know why that may be, it seems about right. Because that costs extra money to do. Maybe the fact that they bothered to do it. Okay, sorry. Okay, so Bran's walking through. We see the crowd gather. They're all turned. He doesn't seem worried, like we're saying. Everybody looks pretty neat. Oh, man. Eyeball, no eyeball. Eyeball, eyeball.
Yeah,
And
there's definitely a lot of budget went into this scene.
yes, they put some money in, some graphics here. And so he goes right through the crowd, and because he sees the bosses in the back. These four fellas, led by the brave leader whose horse has the longest skirt. That's kind of cool. Look at these bones on this horse. This is neat.
Oh, that's a nice detail. I mean, for as
And
little screen time as it gets, they really go all out.
Yeah,
I love
it's cool.
that.
It's cool. The face here is like I remember there was a shot of one of these horses earlier on in one of the episodes.
They all seem to. I mean, not to be racist against White Walkers, but a lot of them all seem to look alike. Like that one scene where the one steps through the fire in the tent, and Jon Snow eventually kills him with Longclaw.
Yeah.
Kind of looked like the guy on the far right.
Similar, yeah. Yeah, they have that same thing. Well, they go to the same barber.
Yeah.
I mean, that much is clear. And again, James, as a bald, let me just say, baldness is a leader, okay? The guy, the leader is bald, okay?
But I like that he has like a little tiara of ice on. Because it shows that he's the leader.
That's a crown, not a tiara.
It's his princess
and
tiara.
who pronounces it tiara?
Tiara.
Yeah. Believe me, I watched Toddlers' Wives and Ice Road Truckers. So there he is. There's a guy. The horse's face is all fucking crazy. He's so bothered putting a chain around his head. It's like, hey, buddy, I think the horse is loyal by now. And so he's looking at him, though. He's like, hey, you there. And then the others are all turned around.
Yeah, they're all looking at him.
And now Bran's like, shit.
Yeah, you should probably wake up now.
Fuck. And now this dude didn't even get off his horse. Standing right there. Reaches out. Grabs his arm. What? That's fucking great. What'd you think when this happened?
I thought that it was kind of over for Bran.
Well, okay. Did you think he'd wake up right away, or did you think he'd pull him in?
I was expecting him to wake up.
Okay.
But I was thinking that was going to have major repercussions.
Yeah. I kind of thought they might break into a nice little salsa dance, some sort of twosome.
He's going to cool his icy heart with his hot salsa dancing.
I went salsa dancing twice.
Really?
I mean, lessons. 2 different dates. They both ended terribly. And so now we're back in the what do you call this? The bone-strewn Oreo drug den. Weirwood tree fort at the North Pole. And they're all waking up because Bran, he woke them up. I think he freaked out.
So the thing is, this old dude knew this was going to happen. So maybe that's why he wasn't upset about it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And he didn't. It's not exactly like he went out of his way to protect his tree roots from Bran while he's sleeping.
He needed to childproof them.
He needed a nanny cam.
Yeah. He wanted to put one of those like baby gates around Bran when he was asleep. He would just get the plastic screwdriver out and get out.
Chain him to the. Yeah. Okay. So he's like, "Oh, what did you do, Bran? Fuck!" And he's like, "Oh, I knew this is what." What did he say?
He says something like, I saw him and I woke
touched
up.
Me.
Yeah, and he goes, "But he touched you. That means you're marked." And then he sees his arm. Did you get a picture of his arm?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. And so she's like, "Shit." And he goes, "Now the White Walkers know where you are."
Yeah, we have. You have to get out of here. We have to move.
And I think she says, aren't we protected?" And he goes, "Not anymore."
Yeah. They know where you are.
Yeah.
They'll come for you. They're already coming for you.
And then Hodor weighs in with a good Hodor.
Yes.
And Bran comes, he's like, "You better fucking go now, dude. You blew it." But he didn't seem worried. He's like, "I just knew this was going to happen." He's like, "It's your turn to become me." Right?
Yeah, and I think the impression I got that because he went into the warg, it seemed like he's transferring knowledge or transferring some sort of power to him because he knows that his time is over.
Oh, you think the old guy's transferring to him?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. What made him leave into the warg right now? That was interesting.
Because he had no. This was his last. I think in this shot is probably CGI for the eyes, because that to me does not look like rolled back eyes. So I think they went with it that time.
That would be pretty impressive if a human could do that to their own eyes.
Yeah, I think you can too.
I don't think anybody can. I need some confirmation on that.
Okay, I'll ask him.
Yeah.
But anyway,
he's there. He's right. He's in the other room.
Yeah.
Bran, crawl in here. Slither in here, Bran. So, okay, he cuts to... Oh, fuck, there's so much more. Dude, we gotta hurry. Okay, so, I was thinking, like, I thought we were already at the end.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there. Okay, so now it's Jon Snow, Sansa, and Brienne, and Ed, with Davos, the Onion Knight. And they're making up their plans for... Oh, by the way, big old red fuzzy face.
Yep, there's another good stare.
Tormund Giantsbane. We got some good sexual tension coming up here, and I'm not talking about between me and James. Yeah. So they're figuring out what to do with their little map.
Yeah, they're trying to figure out which houses are loyal to us, which houses are loyal to Bolton, who can we sway in our favor. Basically, what are our battle plans? If we're going to take Winterfell, we need support. We need as much as we can get.
Yep.
So that's kind of the crux of this conversation.
Yeah. And then after this thing on the other table, they play Twister.
Mm-hmm. Or Risk.
Yeah, Risk would be more appropriate. And so they're like, what do? We don't know what to do. Well, Melisandre there too.
I kind of forgot she was even there.
She hasn't really. Well, she's on Team Jon Snow.
Yeah.
You know, she thinks he's the Uruk-hai or whatever the fuck.
Uruk-hai. Azur Ahai.
Yeah. So Sansa's putting in there. There was a moment in this scene where Sansa lied, though, where she hid how she found out that the Blackfish was offering to support this battle at Winterfell. Mm-hmm. So that actually, I don't know why that was. I'm not sure exactly what.
I'm not 100% on that.
Brienne calls her out on that at the end, right?
Yeah.
What do you think? Any notions? You can say you're not sure.
No, that's something I'm going to read up about a little bit more.
Well, she's clearly not wanting. I think she wants to kind of not make Jon go crazy at Littlefinger or have to explain vent that anger or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she just wanted. I don't know. Not sure. Anyway, so I don't want to get too jumbled here, but they're all kind of figuring it all out. It's basically just politics. They're just trying to figure out who's loyal to who, what houses can we form. They're kind of calling up their troops, calling up their bannermen, and then old Fuzzy Beard with his exact same pubes down there is into it. Okay, hold on, it's coming up here.
You didn't miss it. Tell me you didn't miss it.
I didn't miss it. Oh, did I miss it?
Oh my God,
I missed it. There was more. Where he looks at her?
Yeah.
I started... Oh, you know what? If you do the screenshots too fast, it fucks up. God damn it!
But you notice how his beard is a completely different color than his hair?
That's a thing.
That's a thing?
Yeah. I have, yeah.
Oh, yours is a different color.
Yeah,
too.
most guys' beards are darker. I know a guy's really blonde, and he's got a red beard. Just like that. Yeah, no, it's kind of... There's something going on there. It's just because we're just weird gorillas. We're just weird apes with fucked up evolutionary hair patterns.
Speaking of weird hair,
I had to shave my back hair because evolution let me down.
Yeah, I don't think we mentioned this in the very beginning. That thing that Sansa was sewing in the beginning was the thing that you see Jon Snow wearing now. It's the wolf cloak. Not right now, but when he's outside, it's the wolf cloak to emulate the one that his father or allegedly his father Ned Stark used to wear.
Wow, I didn't know that. Oh. Well, hopefully we have a shot of that. Mm-hmm. Damn, I can't believe I didn't get the shot of the guy making eyes at Brienne. Maybe it's in a different shot. So this is where Brienne confronts Sansa about the lie. Right. She doesn't really maybe it's in this scene here. Mm. She's not being super bitchy about it, but she's just like, well, I don't know, why don't you tell her, so they're at least Brienne is sort of an advisor in a way. Mm-hmm. She's intimidating, man, the way she holds that sword all the time.
Yeah, it's sort of like a cop. I mean, if you were talking to a cop and he had his hand on his gun, you wouldn't feel so.
It is kind of
feel like, can you just lower it a little bit?
Just chill.
Take it down a notch.
I'm Sansa. What the fuck?
Yeah.
So, anyway, he goes wandering off. Jon, so is this the thing you're talking about?
Yeah, I think
that's what you were selling?
That's it. Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm pretty
By the
sure
way, the
that's
horse has all of its flesh. Must be alive. And
keen observation.
yeah. Well, he says something about this thing. She's like, yeah, about it.
Yeah, she's like, do you like it? He goes, well,
Yeah.
I like the wolf. The rest of it pretty much sucks.
Yeah, typical boy, only into the wolf. And she's like, it's from TJ Maxx. And so, right there.
I'm
You
forever
like
21.
it was the last small they had. I can't believe I still fit into a small. And there it is.
Okay, yeah, that's what she was sewing at the beginning,
Yep.
and she gives it to him now.
By
So
the
he
way-
wasn't wearing it yet, but
Hats off to DB Weiss and David Benioff, or whoever those fucking guys are. Great composition. There's
Yeah.
the line. There's the wolf head. There's a wolf head. And what's above this? Jon Snow. Wolf head. So, boom, wolf head.
I want to be crabby. It was made from your dire wolf.
Yeah, yeah.
Where's Ghost?
Actually, you should be wearing his dire. There, this is the shot. This
Yeah,
is what's
you
up.
did get it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I told you I was tapping it hard.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, and
Best shot ever.
oh my god, look at her. She's got hair like me. She's bigger than me. I really. Oh, what's
What
this?
the?
That's just us fucked up. What the fuck?
You were really jamming that.
Yeah,
key.
I was wailing on the screenshot. And it was like, hello. Look, she looks at him. Hello. Oh, she looked at me. Hi, I like her. Want to make eyes with our genitals?
Okay.
Shall we go get pregnant? And Brienne's like, fuck this guy. But a little part of her, she deserves, James, like I said in one of the other ones, we're all sexual people. It's fucking fun when it's fun, is what I'm saying, man. She deserves a good pow. Any comments?
It's the only person she ever seemed to love was a guy who wasn't into women.
Renly.
Yes.
Yep, that's true.
So,
but that was not the sexual. That was not a lusty crush.
She's like
that
this
was like a thing.
androgynous.
Because he was nice to her when they were kids.
I just can't picture her in a romance.
Well, I know, but she has this masculine job thing where she's a knight and she's sort of like this. She's the Rosa Parks of knights. I should probably delete that part.
Wow.
And there they go, man. It's awesome. I think they're gonna hook up. My fault. They gotta hook up.
We'll see.
I'm rooting for them.
What were their?
I don't anticipate this as in any way a violent.
What
type
would
of
their
thing.
couple name be?
Couple name?
Yeah, you can, like Benifer. You combine the names.
It'd be Brienne Giantsbane.
Okay.
Yeah. Benifer. Giants.
That's
yeah,
a
Giants
couple
Brienne.
that's no longer
Giants
a
Brienne.
couple.
Tormund. You're gonna torm up those sheets, dude.
Wow. Okay.
My point is that it would be a lovely thing, and no one will get any sleep because it'll be like when you're in a hotel and it's fucking someone's people are going at it. I'm excited about it, man. I celebrate.
They come from totally different backgrounds.
All the more reason why it's gonna be fucking hot when they
Okay.
do it. Come on, dude. Everybody listening is going, Hank's right.
Okay.
It's good when it's good.
I'll just try not to think about it.
Yeah, no, dude, sex is gross and fucking horrifying.
Okay. So
I had some this year.
oh, nice. Okay. So this
All
guy.
right, so Dolores Ed comes up and they have some words. They give a
Yeah.
hug. These boys like to hug. They like to give those good old chest hugs, those hard arm slap hugs.
Yeah, and there was a really great line that came up right here, right after they leave. One guy walks up to him and goes, Lord Commander, shall we shut the gates? And he goes, I'm not the Lord Commander. And he's like, oh, yeah, I am. Shut the bloody
Ed
gates.
does that. Yeah, that's right here.
It was his moment of realization.
You
like,
want
oh,
to shut the gates, Lord Commander? I'm not the Lord Commander. Oh, fuck. I have a job. It's like being promoted to the assistant manager of the movie theater. All right, so now we're back at the... Okay. Oh, all right, sorry. It is long. We're going long.
So the download is still going on, or the upload, however you want to look at it.
Oh, yeah, so they are both connected in. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
He sucks him into this thing to... Apparently, he's doing something to him.
Yeah, something's going on. Hodor is just, futzing with some shit, getting some stuff right. He's feeling good, though. Nothing too stressful going on in that head of his. They're having a nice little moment there. Mira is her name. Mm-hmm. And Bran's doing his thing. Stuff's going on, but they are worried because they know about the White Walkers.
Yeah, they know the location now.
Yeah, so the children of the men comes in.
Yeah.
the first children. What do we call? Why don't we know what they're called?
The children, the first children.
I got like a glitch in my software. I can't figure it out. So they run out and they go, "Oh, you gotta come over here. They're on the way."
Oh,
and
this part. This just my heart sunk when I saw this because I was like, "There's no way that they're not all getting out of this."
Yeah, I know.
This is terrible.
Yes, I mean, this is a quick shot.
I mean,
but look how far back. I mean, there's an army here.
This would be a death sentence if they had the entire Vale and the Boltons and the Lannister army behind them.
Yeah.
And yet they're just a handful of kids, children, and an old dude attached to a tree.
Yeah,
they are screwed.
A cripple, a girl, a simpleton, and an old man who's part of a tree.
This is talk about overpowered, overwhelming force.
They're not exactly ready for this.
They could have
and all the first children with their bombs.
Yeah, they could literally have 12 50 caliber machine gun turrets, and they would still not be able to hold that tree.
No, for sure. And it cuts to the king of the guys, and he's holding a roll of toilet paper, and then they all have toilet paper, and they teepee the tree, and they go prom night, homecoming. So they're like, "Fuck, we gotta fight these guys. Shit, we're all short."
And they're like, "Turn off the lights, pretend we're not home."
Yeah. Get the dog. He'll bark and scare him away. But he's like, I am in. I'm coming for you. And they just walk up. I did give these guys credit for leading the charge. They've hung back mostly, and whenever they're doing their fighting. Although the one guy came in and fought Jon Snow, but like they kind of just hang back and let their white army go at it.
Yeah, the big brave leaders go in when they know they're against children and the cripples. Big brave dudes.
Children, the elderly, cripples.
Yeah. No, we got it this time.
It's so funny. Oh yeah, so he does this move where he pulls some Dungeons and Dragons ground trick here, and it runs a big thing and cracking. They've got their little forest. This is their defense.
Yeah, he uses up way too much mana doing that.
Yeah, he used up about half of his mana for that, or mana, as I like to call it. And they're like, oh god, this is all going down way quicker than we wanted. They're moving in. Hodor is upset. Oh shit. His reaction was not jumping into action.
Right, and this is actually, I'm glad you mentioned that, because this is an important thing about Hodor.
Okay.
Is that you've seen him when he was a child, where he picked up the sword, he wanted to learn to fight. He was not afraid of conflict. He wasn't afraid of learning. But you know that from his adult life, anytime there's some sort of conflict or tension, he's pacing around going, Hodor, just freaking out. He cannot stand the concept of fighting or danger.
And like lightning spooks him, or thunder?
He's like a scared dog. Yeah. And we're going to find out why in a little bit.
That's the first time Bran actually wargs into him.
Yeah, because Hodor can't defend himself. He can't snap out of it. He's terrified in these situations.
It makes him calm down because he was going to give away their
location.
And
then at that other point, he wargs into him and saves their lives by snapping that guy's neck like a twig.
Yes, outside the Craster's Keep. Yeah. That was a great scene, too. So there these dudes are back at Winterfell. Now, they're looking at stuff, watching, and... this kind of explains in the beginning, because this was one of the earliest scenes in the season, that they were at Winterfell watching stuff. That introduced Hodor, younger Hodor.
Right.
And we got to Wylis, as we should call him. His name was Wylis. And so,
in the book, he was Walder, I think.
I don't know.
And people thought he might get confused with Walter Frey.
Yeah, that's a reasonable thing.
Just like Osha was named Asha. They didn't want to, get her confused with Arya or whatever.
Theon's sister was Asha.
Oh, that's right. You're right. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, but they changed her to Yar.
Yeah,
because she's a pirate. And so Hodor's, wigging out. The children are fighting off these guys. By the way,
that is an awesome shot.
Yeah, that was a good one. See, James, they're not just all tits and blur. And great shot. I mean, those bombs are really nailing it. They did some damage. It slowed them down. These dudes don't seem too phased. Like, this is like, wow, like that shot there. Bam. Ow, my immortal body. And so look at that throwing posture. And, they're fucking them up. They set some stuff on fire. And the children, there's only like 5 of them or something, Couldn't they breed? Maybe they're all just saying. Maybe
you want to see children breed. I'll call the cops right now. Just stay where you are.
They're 5,000. They're 25,000 years old or something. They could, by that point, if you're not hit puberty by then. So this isn't much of a wall. I mean, I could have come up with something better than that. I probably would have done 2 rings, is what I would have done. So they run in, and this was crazy too. This part where the whites go crawling up on top and they're swarming over. This whole sequence was really incredible. And they get up to the top and they just start like digging. I was like, oh man, they're just gonna find. Oh no, oh god. By the way, though, let me just point out, I've dug through dirt that's not frozen, and it's pretty hard. It can be pretty compact and tight. This is frozen solid earth. But to be fair, old guy has been peeing old guy urine and old guy poop for 300 or 400 years.
You're saying he's been doing that into the ceiling?
I'm just saying it's humid. It's humid inside that little chamber. So perhaps this bubble, this tree spot, has softer dirt.
But bear in mind that these are whites who are decomposing, so they have pointy, sharpened bone fingers.
Oh, good point.
They're like little trowels.
Excellent. I'm experiencing deja vu right now for some reason. Okay, so this is Ned Stark's dad.
Yep.
This is Ned Stark.
Yep, and there's Lord Royce Mutton Chops.
No, this is not Ned Stark. This is Brandon Stark.
Yeah.
Who gets killed.
Yes.
Right?
Which starts the Roberts Rebellion. Yep.
Yeah. That's right. But this is pretty intense. Yeah, there's Lord Mutton Chops. Sir...
Royce.
No.
Was that Royce?
Royce is
Oh,
Robin
you're
Aaron's,
right.
Robin Aaron's
It's
guy.
Roderick or... Roderick.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Excellent. Good call. And this is Shirley, and this is...
Temple.
Thank you. I couldn't come up. I was going to say Hurley from Lost. Okay, so it's all going to hell, though, man. This scene is getting
So that's when they
intense.
fall through the ceiling.
I'm still just... I'm already blown away by this episode at this point.
Yeah.
I'm like, how the fuck are they going to get out? This is going... I'm really grateful to finally see, like, a pretty good action sequence. I don't know what's going to happen, though. But what ended up coming up just... It still hurts me.
Yeah.
It's still...
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
I mean, anyone
everybody's-
who's watched this far already knows what happens.
Yeah,
but
everybody knows
let's
what
save
goes
it.
down. Yeah, I know. But, oh, man. So, the escalation just... This thing went from a 10 to a 400.
Yeah.
And so, what is she doing there? She's fighting him.
She's stabbing
He
him,
came in through
yeah.
the ceiling, and she's, like, fighting him off and stuff. Bow and arrow on the inside with a bunch of tree roots. Not real smart. So, but the zombies are climbing in. Hodor is still sort of... They could use him, though. They need him. They need him to get
Right,
up.
but he's not a fighter. He's freaking out again.
Yeah, he's panicking. He is... there they are, coming out of the wall. I don't
Ceiling.
Know, ceiling. Coming out of the ceiling there, too. But they're crawling on the ceiling at some point later on. Old guy doesn't seem too phased, He's just having his...
Yeah, I mean, he can't download to Bran very quickly. If you turn up the audio a lot, you can hear the modem sounds.
Yeah. He's got a 9600 baud modem, so it's a little slow. Come on, where's the 56K connection? I gotta get this before my dad gets home.
I mean, it's those weirwood roots. They just block the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, they are. Those are bad. They're thick. And so he's watching it all. But in this plane of existence, he knows something's going on. Hodor is starting to, go into his safe space.
Yeah, he's just singing,
Yeah, singing. This guy comes in.
And this part's really cool, though, because Mereen is her name?
Mira, yes.
Mira in the tree, throws the spear at the... whatever.
Yeah.
But it's...
right here.
It's dragon glass. It's
Well,
obsidian.
that's one of the children, right.
Right. But she kills him with it, because it makes sense that the children would know what the weakness... Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
The children would know the weakness of these because they created them.
Yeah. Right. Oh, well, that totally makes sense. But in this shot, though, didn't work. It didn't.
No, because that's not Mira. That's that's a child stabbing him in the armor, which didn't work.
Oh, okay, I see. But the child should know the weakness, like you just said.
Right, but that child's dumb.
Okay, all right.
Right weapon, wrong spot.
Yeah. If maybe it's just not a dragon glass thing. But dragon glass doesn't go through armor necessarily.
No, it's got to pierce their body.
Yeah. So he stabs her, kills her. That's really sad because there's only like 5 of them, and it's like unless there's some other troop somewhere else. So Mira picks up the thing, nails him with it. Pow! That's what James is talking about. We got a nice little ice fountain. Boom. But it's not over. Oh,
yeah, summer.
Amazing acting, by the way, on this dog. I live in LA, James. I know some dogs, and this dog is fucking fantastic actor. And wow, horrible though. It really just takes it for the team. Doesn't back down, doesn't run off. But of course, I was hoping this wouldn't happen, but damn it, the whites got him.
Yeah, I mean, do you think there's any sort of symbolism in the fact that the White Walkers represent the coming of the winter, and the summer is named Summer, and winter overcomes summer?
Yeah, there's a lot of symbolism there, especially if they go kill Dorne, where it's permanent summer.
Yeah.
So they fight. Oh, poor dog. I don't know.
I mean, there's only like 2 direwolves left now.
Yeah. Who?
Nymeron and Nymeria. Yeah, I can't get it.
Yeah.
Even if I knew the name perfectly, I couldn't pronounce it.
Yeah, no, it's okay. We've already been forgiven by the nice and easy, gentle YouTube commenters.
Yeah.
So there they are. They're coming in. The old guy's still going. It's all going down so quickly. These fucks come in here, upper management pieces of shit. And there is in his,
he's like, if I get really still, they won't notice me.
Hold still.
You can't get me in my tree. I'm not coming down.
I'm on a ladder inside a high school auditorium. But these guys come in again. I said this in the video I made Monday. Face proportions are a little fucked up.
Yeah.
It's definitely that same actor, by the way. I can really tell. But nose is too big. I don't know. Come on, man. I don't know. It's fine. I shouldn't. It's overhyped. But I love seeing the White Walkers. Whoa.
That's before he explodes.
Oh, yeah. So then he just says, this is where the White Walker kills him.
Yes.
Right before they have a little close-up shot, and he swings his knife at him, which we're going to get a shot of that. Bran goes and he sees it all happen, and the poor guy turns into oil or shredded ribbons and just sort of disappears and is carried off on the winds of the past into nothingness. Sad, you know?
Yeah.
Good for him, though. He doesn't have to go work and sit in that fucking wicker basket for 4 hours anymore. So now they're coming in, and it's horrifying. They're just pouring through like water, like a fluid. They're on the walls, they're on the ceiling. The children have bombs, a few bombs left, and they're just, they're running off. This shot was crazy.
Where she's sacrificing herself, and she's getting stabbed over and over, and she's not making a sound, and she's just going to blow herself up to buy him some time.
Her stillness and her calmness was unnerving.
Completely stoic.
Oh my God, it was nuts. And so, boom, she nails him. Mira goes, oh shit.
And there's this moment of silence.
Yeah.
And then they start coming again.
Yeah, then it's all going to happen. But she bought them just a few extra precious moments. Hodor hits the door. They're struggling to open it. He gets it open. He gets it open. It's tough to open. They get outside. Look at them. Look at these fuckers.
Yeah.
Look at these scary guys. These are like children on Easter egg day. And they're running at him. Boom. Hodor has to hold the door closed. Bran is
still working.
Yeah, he's working hard. he's working hard for the money.
Yeah.
And he's a working girl.
So hard, honey.
He's off to warg.
Yeah.
Guar. Okay, now we're back in the land, and this is where my world just took a turn, man.
Yeah.
Poor old fat young big slightly dumb Hodor, young kid.
I mean, there was no indication at this point that he was slow-witted. He was just a big kid.
I thought they showed him a little slow-witted. I don't know. Okay,
I didn't get that impression.
By the way, heart-shaped upper lip. Yeah. Not bad. And so, what? Bran's in the past, and he fucking works him. This is not supposed to be a thing. I wasn't too surprised by this.
It showed that Bran had a power.
Yeah.
And the terrifying thing is that at this moment, Hodor is being connected via Bran to Bran's current timeline. So he's having his mind connected across time and space, and he is witnessing his own demise.
Is he?
Yes.
Is he still connected?
Well, I think that right as you
is he being given the order?
Well, he's receiving the order now. He pre-visualizes his own death. He pre-visualizes this own scene.
Sorry, I know I'm interrupting, but does he actually pre-visualize it, or is he only being told to hold the door and he doesn't actually understand it?
Well, I think he understands it, and I think he pre-visualizes it because that's what I was getting at. That's the reason he's so terrified by conflict. That's the reason he won't fight. He's traumatized.
Well, traumatized for sure, but I don't know if there's as much logic as you might be hinting at. I don't think he's going, oh, I'm fucking worried about the trauma of having to hold the door.
Well,
I think he's just like
I
think he just has like a virus installed in his system that overrode him and made him have the. Okay, so we're starting to. But he's such a likable guy.
Well,
it's hard to...
That's the thing. That's the reason that it kills me when I see dire wolves and animals die. Because Hodor was like that. He was completely innocent. He did no wrong. He was like a child. He was like the... He was with us from episode 1. He was at the beginning of the journey, and he was. You look back at Shakespearean art and works, and you think of the tragic characters and the story arcs and the pathos and the catharsis and all that stuff. Hodor is right up there with them as far as I'm concerned. This is a modern day tragic hero.
Absolutely. And by the way, they're eating organic, so that's pretty good. But Bran, okay, so he drops him. I mean, I don't know if Bran necessarily, but this Bran's taking over. He's warging him. He's actually, this is Bran taking action about their situation. He needs Hodor to hold the door.
Right, and very soon Bran has a realization that he's the cause of Hodor being Hodor.
Yes.
And it tears him. You can see the pain in his face.
The acting, this guy nailed it.
Yeah,
he did. For a second, I totally forgot that I was watching an actor do a take with a bunch of camera dudes standing around and direct. I felt so horrible for this guy because anybody suffering, anybody in pain, it hurts. And Hodor sort of, this is where it's kind of all connecting and clicking.
Yeah.
And he's not going to move. He can't leave. He's a big, strong, and he won't let go of the door. But it's all being done from the past or whatever the connection goes. But this moment though, when this child took this turn because Bran did this to him for his own survival. But the way his arms were curling, his hands were curling, and he kind of and he's just screaming, "Hold the door! Hold the door! Hold!" And it starts to degrade, and he's losing his words, and he's becoming.
Yeah, my interpretation of it,
Like
though,
right
was
there.
that he was given the command, right? And he was given the command about a minute before this scene happened. So up until that point, I felt like he was Hodor. His mind was Hodor. But at that very moment, I felt like he regained who he was. That that connection had played itself out, and he was at the door under his own volition, under his own mind for the first time in decades.
Oh.
And he had that one command in his mind, and for the first time, he chose on his own not to run, to hold the door, to protect them one final time as himself.
Wow.
That's what I thought, which made him a true hero.
Well, he's a true hero either way, because in a way he's a victim.
Not really, because if he was doing that because he was manipulated and he was forced to hold the door, he's not really a hero. I felt, though, that he did it because he was free of his control that Bran had over him, and he was doing it on his own. I think that's a much more powerful...
I agree with what you mean by how that would be powerful, but I don't know if I agree that that's what happened. I don't know. I mean, I hear you.
I mean, it's up for an interpretation.
Either way, it's very powerful. Yeah, no, it's not clear at all exactly what went on.
I mean, in his face, I know I've been saying this a lot.
I've got more of these shots. So he's not, and they're kind of breaking through and they're grabbing him and they start to claw. And he's like fighting and he won't let go. So this is what you're saying is like he's finally free of this.
Right, and the reason I think that is because when's the only time you've seen Hodor stand his ground and fight? When he's being warged on.
Yeah.
But look at his eyes. He's Hodor. He's not Hodor. He has his mind back, I think.
But this is the fulfillment of that virus. And I don't mean virus a negative. Hold on. I mean like malware. It's like he just got Bran, in order to survive this moment, needed to install this malicious software in young Hodor with this order that he would never, because the only influence he had in his present situation was his link through time to Hodor. And so Bran took advantage of that in a way that I assume will later on, no matter however what we're debating. But I assume that Bran will feel anguish over, because he clearly is like feeling terrible as he's doing it.
Yeah, but if you look at the time span, the time continuum as to when, at the first point of his life when he was warged into and given the command, to the point where he lives his life up until the point that he's given the command, that entire span of time, he's basically, his mind is wiped. But once he reaches that point in time, he's no longer under that spell, if you want to put it that way.
I hear you. No, I agree. But
and I think that's why you see his eyes and his courage is back. He's doing,
Yeah, but
he's a fighter.
It's just the final. Yeah, I know what you're saying, but it just hurts me to watch the kid do that. It's not the. It doesn't require that he becomes autonomous with like a fully capable mind in order to fulfill this task. It's not like that's needed. It's just he's just following the order, basically, or the programming, or whatever it was that Bran did to his brain at the time. Because
I think
it's like Bran gave his life a singular purpose,
right?
But it was such an overwhelming thing that it in order for it to reach this point through all these years from when he was that kid right here, this shot here, when he was this Hodor. He was, by the way, the cut. There must be something to this thing. We should.
I think that was a red herring that people were thinking he was a stable boy. He got kicked in the head by a horse, and that's what made him stupid.
Does he have a cut there or anything? I'm going back.
I completely think that was just to throw us off the track.
Could be. Oh, I see. He got kicked in the head. Yeah. So, I just think that there was like it gave his life a singular purpose, though he didn't know he was purposed. He was just touched and.
I can see that, but I think that. Subscribing to that theory kind of diminishes his sacrifice and diminishes him as a character.
Yeah, that's why it makes it more tragic, is that Bran took advantage of this defenseless kid in this moment from some spirit from the future, warped his head up and fucked him up and ruined his life, but altered the course of his life completely so he could only say one word.
Yeah.
The reveal, the way it was done, was
masterful. It was great.
Unbelievable, because no one knew Hodor was going to have some actual syntax.
There actually was a post that someone posted online back in February of 2008 where someone was joking, saying, Hodor, that just means someone once told him to hold the door. And he was like, hold the door, hold the door, hold the door.
There's actually, that's built in a racist joke, by the way, about black guys running towards an elevator.
I'm
not going to say the joke. I'm not going to say it. I don't know if that person sourced their insight from this racist joke.
I've never. I mean, I come from the not deep south, but I come from the south. I've heard a lot of messed up crap.
Well, James,
never heard that one.
I'm from the north. Okay,
Yeah.
We're slightly less racist. Actually, probably no. Whatever. Okay, this conversation just took a crazy turn. So, but okay, so. The imagination and sort of like the planting this thing, naming a character Hodor. Did George R. R. Martin know?
Oh, he knew. Yeah,
all the way through this was going to go on, or did he come up with a word and then kind of? I believe he knew. I'm convinced he knew.
I saw an interview.
He's a
by
brilliant guy.
An interview. He was in front of a group of people, and someone asked the question, how did you go about choosing the name Hodor? Does it have any meaning? And he paused and just kind of smirked and was trying to think about how he was going to answer that. And he goes, all I'll say about that is keep reading.
Okay.
He knew.
Yeah. No, I believe he knew. I mean, not obviously you just proved it, but I'm just saying, like, I didn't actually. Yeah, he's so smart. George R. R. Martin is. Man, it's brutal. It was. It's like it sounds horrible to be like, oh, it's like doggy, but it's like the innocence. It's that lack of inability to be deceptive. Yeah. Which is, I mean, there's someone in my family who with Down syndrome. It was just the heart and soul of our family, and like. So I have a strong feeling about that kind of, caring for someone like that. Not that he was Down syndrome. I'm just saying, like, for
someone who's incapacitated in some.
Yeah,
sense.
they're not at the same mental functioning abilities or capacity, whatever. It's just like a brutal thing, especially to save Bran and Mira at that last moment. But
yeah,
I don't know. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, I personally, I want to think that he was whole again when he made the decision to hold the door.
Interesting. You want him to have that last moment of being whole again.
That's how I'm gonna keep it in my mind.
Well, you're a nice man, James. I'm gonna believe that Bran just took over his life from that very moment, and it just defined him from there on. Will Bran try to make up for it some way? I mean, what can he do? He just has to live with this guilt. There's nothing. Yeah. He can honor Hodor with, like, maybe he'll name, his, I will name Winterfell Hodorfell.
And there's another thing that it's more of a theory that people. It's from the book, so I don't know if I want to say anything about it here, but.
Wait, the one you mentioned earlier?
No, this is a different one, but I think you might know something about this. I haven't read the books. You have, maybe you can give some insight
about where Hodor. What's next for Hodor and Bran?
No, about Bran. We know he has this power to influence across time and space and all this kind of stuff, right? We know that he got some sort of mystical power from the man in the tree, right?
Yeah.
Was there not? Who built the wall?
Oh, Bran the Builder.
Right. Is Bran the Builder?
Oh, does he go back and start to set stuff up? So first of all, there's no spoiling going on here. I don't know anything about that from what's in the books. I don't also recall the books all that well. Okay. I think I finished the last one that's been finished about 3 or 4 years ago. So maybe whenever it came out. So yeah, no, but that's totally worth speculating about, because now Bran can go back and fuck with all kinds of other stuff too. But I hope this doesn't turn into another episode of Stargate SG-1 with a bunch of time travel.
Right, and
stories.
who else freaked out in history and caused major
Rhaegar Targaryen.
Exactly. Well, was it Rhaegar? Was he the Mad King?
Yeah.
Okay.
Daenerys' dad.
Yes.
Yeah.
The whole burn them all. Do you think in a future scene that there's a big battle of the White Walkers and dragons are coming down, spitting fire everywhere, and he somehow gets thrown back in time and he's yelling burn them all, and Rhaegar hears that? And that's why he,
Wow, maybe. I mean, it could be. It'll be interesting to see. I think most of the rest of the Bran story is going to have to do with his dad and his family, the Ned Stark thing, and I don't know.
And it was Mira yelling, "Hold the door," right? Or was it Bran?
Oh, I don't
know.
No,
Bran was warging out. It could have been him. It was Mira.
If she was yelling it, yeah.
So what if she had been yelling something else, like, "Oh, stub my toe!" Like, stub my toe, stub my toe.
So his name becomes Stubtoe. Yeah. Or she's yelling, "Holy shit!"
Yeah.
Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! Yeah, dude, it was hard. It was hard to watch.
Yeah, it was an absolute kick in the gut, and for me, a testament to how powerful it was the fact that I just saw a direwolf die before that.
Yeah,
and I completely forgot about that, and only could think and care about Hodor.
Well, the scale of it, the epicness of it, his whole life.
Yeah,
aside from answering this question,
he's been a tool the whole time.
The tragic. Yeah, tool, exactly. But like the season was set up to introduce Wylis, and then we were like, oh, so we're probably going to find out He can talk. Oh, wow. We're going to find out how Hodor became, how Wylis became Hodor.
Who was the one that was excited to find out his story? He was like, oh, shoot, I found your name. You could talk. What happened to you, Hodor? It was Bran.
Yeah.
Bran was so happy to see that he could talk, that
Right.
he was normal.
Yeah.
And now to find out that he was that way because of him.
Yeah.
That's gotta hurt.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's so, yeah, all around it, it's nuts. I think it's one of the, I don't know, this episode was one of the best episodes of television I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Maybe ever. It's so good. It's such a compelling storyline.
And then going beyond this is that he holds the door, and then Mira is dragging Bran on a sled into the snow trying to escape.
Which, by the way, I have a hard time carrying an empty backpack without getting tired.
And if you think about it, it's like they're going off into the wilderness, into the snow. They're freezing. They're not in their element. They're slow moving. They're unprotected. And yet they're being chased by an army of ice demons that live in this element, that have Bran marked, that knows exactly where he is, that have horses that can charge across the snow. What chance do they possibly have?
Okay, so the question is, will they get rescued, or will the show just cut to Bran and Mira like camping out and being like, "Oh, hope we don't catch us. Glad we got away."
Anyone who saw the preview knows the answer to that.
Oh,
you
so
have not.
I didn't see the preview. I always skip the preview. I hate having spoilers, man.
Well, it's
And I apologize, by the way.
not.
Hold on, I just want to say something. I titled a video that gave a little bit of a spoiler about Hodor's death. That when someone pointed out, I was like, "Oh yeah, fuck." I hate it.
It wasn't a preview for the next episode. I'm talking about the season trailer.
Oh, the
that
season
came out
trailer.
Before the episodes came out.
I avoided that too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you even know the name of the next episode?
No.
Okay, the name of the next
Don't
episode.
tell me.
I'm not going to tell you, but anyone watching this already knows.
La 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 la.
How can you do Game of Thrones recaps and not want to know?
Because I want to be exposed for the first time, just like when I went to New York in the 80s.
You exposed yourself
No,
in
but
New
there were
York
a
for
lot
the
of
first time?
there were a lot of
in the
perverts.
80s?
There was a lot of perverts back then. Yeah,
No.
that's
Okay, well, I know. Everyone else knows.
yeah. No, it's
The
fine.
name of the episode tells you, so
Oh, it does. It gives
Yes.
it away. Okay, well, I'll find out Sunday.
I'll tell you this. It'll be cool.
Is it called Cool?
No.
It's called Cool It, Bran.
Yeah.
Flakes, snowflake.
I did give you a tiny bit of a hint because it's cold.
Yeah. Well, that doesn't shock me. The whole
Spoilers, there's snow.
There's snow. This is called Rudolph the Red-Nosed Rain Hodor. So, all right, man, I want to keep talking, but we've gone way too long. Sorry, everybody.
If any episode goes long, it should be this one because this was the freaking best episode of Game of Thrones I've ever seen.
You think it's the best of all?
Best I've ever seen.
Anything close, episode-wise?
No episode has made me feel as much joy and sadness in one episode as this one. I don't know where the joy comes from.
No.
Oh, the joy in the beginning is seeing Sansa stick it to Littlefinger.
Yeah,
that was amazing.
That was good to see Sansa strong.
Yeah.
There's joy. I mean, there's joy, not joy in the Hodor thing, but there's just this feeling of being alive. Yeah. Which is such a rare. I mean, it sounds so pathetic about a shit TV show, but it's when a TV show can get you there with that feeling of like, oh my god, no, we gotta enjoy life while we can. The whole thing. I don't know. Yeah. So I agree. Of all the Game of Thrones episodes, the only moment that stands out to me is like holy fuck, was when Joffrey dies. Just because it's so satisfying. Because he's such
I
evil.
thought you knew that was coming though.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. No, I didn't know this was coming. That's why this was way beyond that. But I'm just trying to think of like big moments in the show's history that like, you know, make you go fuck. Like when Littlefinger pushes Lysa out the moon doors, kind of. But that wasn't like this. That was just more like, whoa, that's fucked up. Yeah, dude. So I don't know. I guess we gotta. Yeah. We should do some more smaller, shorter videos so people are actually interested in clicking on this fucking channel.
Oh, one very final thing.
Go for it. We're already at an hour and 30.
Do you think that they're going to let Hodor's character go gracefully into the night? Even though we don't see him die, it's assumed that he dies, right?
Will he be a white?
That's what I'm getting to. Are we going to see him come back towering above other whites in an army in a group shot as Hodor?
Hodor.
Are we going to see it? Are they going to do that? Would that be too much of a twisting the knife in our guts? That would hurt to see that.
Well, the fact that they're willing to kill dogs and kill babies and all kinds of fucked up shit, that's not... You know what I mean? Like,
I just think
they'll go there.
Let him go in peace. But the thing is that that's what the White Walkers do. They kill and they assimilate into the army. There's no way they wouldn't do it.
No,
especially someone that big and strong. Want him.
That had not occurred to me, and now that you said it, They have to do that.
They do. They have
It's
to.
irresponsible not to have a zombie Hodor.
And if there's a huge army standing by, he's going to stand out pretty well because he's a giant. He's not a giant, but he's a very large man.
He's their 1-1.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1-1's words are 1-1. Man.
Do you think Jon Snow is going to have to go up against Hodor?
Or Bran will have to warg into 1-1 and beat up Hodor. That'll probably crush him even more.
What about Hodor, who's a zombie? I have to call him that. What about him versus
Call him Bizarro Hodor.
Versus Zombie Mountain? Who would win?
Who's Zombie Mountain?
Zombie Mountain?
Yeah.
The mountain? It's a zombie?
Oh, the mountain. I thought you meant Zombie Mountain was like a pile of zombies.
No,
like a pyramid.
I was going to call him Sir Robert Strong, but I know now that that's what he's called in the book. He's not called that in the show.
Sure, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so Cersei's pit bull, that giant man. Yeah,
I don't know exactly how Hodor would get from there to there, but I would love to see it.
Well, that would be crazy. Yeah, they could go at it like two strippers fighting over a dollar bill. Mm-hmm. Wow, why did I go with that choice of words? That was not okay. It's all insane, though. I can't believe... God, that's even crazier, James. You just melted my head even more. Damn it! Would you stop it? So, okay, everybody. Anything else?
No, that's all right. That's pretty much my brain dump.
That's our several day-long podcast or talk discussion video of the game. If you're new here, thanks for watching the entire thing. Whoa, you psycho! You don't even know us, but that's awesome. Some people are enjoying these. I love the comments. It makes me feel so good that some of you are weighing in and letting us know how you feel. And yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
These are fun.
I know when I'm talking to someone in reality, most of the time they just hold their thumb down at me.
Yeah, James gets lots of dislikes,
and they just yell dislike.
Yep.
And then they walk away.
James saw Mark Zuckerberg, and Zuckerberg came up and disliked him with his real thumb.
So I'm not used to positivity. This is completely new territory for me.
Yeah, it's awesome. So, but anyway, guys, if you do appreciate it, hit that like and subscribe button. Helps YouTube place us higher in search results and shit, so we can reach a bigger audience, which is our goal here. And we're definitely going to finish the Game of Thrones season. I'm sure we're going to do other episodes of other shows. And if you're into video games, we're actually a video game channel more than a TV show talking guy channel. So check out our video games. It's mostly me being frustrated about both my life and about video games as I play a video game. But we do a lot of shit, so we want to do more. And we need your help, and we are glad you're here. And I am going to go probably cry, masturbate myself to sleep thinking about Hodor. Good night, James.
Good night.